everyone, and welcome back to IGM Let's Try. I'm Wouter, also known as Reus, and today we're going to take a closer look at Reus, made by IGM. The title consists out of the Dutch word for giant, and you're going to see right away why that is. We're now starting a new era within the game, which is basically starting a new game, and what you're looking at right now are the developments or achievements that you have to achieve or reach at the end of the level or game before you can progress to the next part or to the next level and get further into the storyline. Let's focus on the first one for now, since I have to do 5 more, and these are 3 of the examples. Finish an era with a swamp village which has 100 village prosperity. Okay, so Swamp Tribe, here we come. And we're starting a new game, we get a new planet and our 4 giants, which I can turn and spin around as much as I want to. We have the Swamp Giant, the Mountain or Rock Giant over here, the Forest Giant, and the Ocean or Water Giant, which each have a certain impact on the world. For example, the Ocean one will, you guess it, create an ocean. And each of them will have a specific effect on the world like that. So the game itself is a 2D game which requires quite some strategy, because your main point here will be the creation of towns and make sure they prosper and create basically a utopia. And this is going to, as you can see, the ground here is a bit darker. It is fertile soil because of the water, so we can plant a forest here with the forest giant. Here we go. Magical forest appearing right in front of you. But we're gonna focus on swamp, so let's move this one out of the way. And for swamp you'll need the same fertile soil, and we're going to plant some swamp. Well, I'm not sure if you can plant swamp, but we're gonna create some swamp. So now that we have our swamp, we'll have to think of how we're going to get the settlers here, and that is by resources. And by that, you have to basically start your own town, create a utopia where all the people are happy, and try to avoid getting them all angry with each other and attacking each other and creating greed and wars and all that kind of misery. So what we're going to do here is I'm just planting some fruit plants with the skills of the forest giant. Although they are giants, but you can kind of see them as gods as well. They wake up and they create and make the land inhabitable. As you can see, it completely changes. And oh, I already have a town. Perfect. So they have some food from the berries that I planted, and here's my very first town. As you can see, Lushmouth. A lovely name. So these will need resources, and they will start right away with a challenge, which is a special building which, if you create it, if you give all the resources, which is 15 in wealth and 15 in technology, they will give us an ambassador which will empower our giants. So let's get some wealth in there and technology in there. And for the wealth, the best option is the rock giant, which will give us some minerals. And we're going to just plant down some canyons with minerals inside of it, and plant some herbs for the alchemy or technology. Here we go. So, oh, I can't plant it there. Good job, Raz. Perfect, just perfect. So we do have our gold now, and like I said, these resources will determine your prosperity. The prosperity of the town is the resources together. So it is 5 food plus 12 wealth and 4 technology, which is 22 prosperity, or 21 actually, but for some reason it says 22. Well, there we go, 22 now. Perfect. So they, in order to finish the challenge and give us that extra boost for our giants, which is timed as well, by the way, so keep an eye out for that. We need more technology. So let's get, instead of food, since we don't really need that instantly. You can go without food in a city or a town. Not fully sure how that works, but you can, and it's perfectly possible. So you're gonna get out of the way. You're going to make sure that these plants grow. And with this extra growth aspect, I can upgrade them to tomatoes, which will give us some more technology. So now they have 12 technology at their disposal, but we need to get 15 in total, so we'll need more herbs. So more herbs for you, and you will have to sprinkle them here. Oh, and that is something that is really interesting as well. There are symbiosis, which is something that you can clearly see here. The herbs here had just got empty spots beside them, so they didn't really get anything more. They didn't get any extra, but if you place minerals next to herbs, next to the herbs, then you will get extra technology for each mineral besides it. So instead of 7, we now get 7 more technology because the minerals are besides it. And so has each and every structure, well, resource I should say, has their own symbiosis, and it's really tricky to find the best combinations. Oh, the tool shop has finished. I got an ambassador, and one of my giants will be able to pick it up. Since it's the swamp one, why not the swamp? And he'll pick it up, and there we go. He's dangling on my head now. And he has now got more skills to do it. So let's place some exotic animals down, because we can. So you can see some lovely animals wiggling around. And what we'll need to do now is make sure that this town can expand so we can give them more resources so their prosperity goes up. So what we'll need to do is make sure that this area will be swamp as well, but we'll need to make that soil fertile first before you can do that. So let's get some ocean going on here. So my world has evolved a little bit, and as you can see, my main village has grown quite a bit, and the prosperity is a little bit higher than before. We're at 244 prosperity in our swamp village, which is absolutely great, and it is still growing and expanding. Let's plant some more herbs. Some more herbs for the villagers. There we go. And in the meantime, we have our mountains that the mountain giant made, along with a little bit of desert here. And we have several more villages. We have a forest village here, which was the one that I was saying I was going to make, and then one here. But let's say we don't really want that village, or there's problems with it. People become really greedy, and you'll see the red faces pop up in this area, and which means they're really greedy and they will go to war with others. Let's say that happened, not a problem. We get our mountain giant because he's close by anyway, and we tell him that we might want a small earthquake happening here. And then he goes on his merry way, and he will happily stomp the village down, which is incredibly crude. There he goes. The people are running in terror as everything... Oh, there we go. Green Cliff Clan has been destroyed. So that is the end of that, and there is no more village there. So if something like that happens, you are able to do something like that and to solve any war issues that might arise. And we've more than exceeded our implementation of the goal here, with the swamp village having reached a prosperity of 100. We are up to 250, so that's perfectly well. And the time that we have left is 30 seconds, so in 30 seconds all the giants will fall asleep. I'll put them together because they actually will pass out on you. It's quite silly. Oh no, they already have fallen asleep. Oh dear. How long do I have? 10 seconds. Yeah, he's fallen asleep. He's not doing anything anymore. And there's just the forest giant, which is still awake, but has now passed out in the ocean. There we go! We have finished, and wow, we got quite some challenges here. Wow. Okay, so we did it! We got 2 cities and a total prosperity of 282. And now it is time for the planet to sleep again and check out all the achievements we got. Perfect. So we can continue now, continue in free play, or just finish the game and start a new one with more achievements and more developments, and then progress into the story, as I have the feeling I might possibly even get more giants later on, but I'm not sure of that. I'm just going to keep playing because this is great. I really enjoy this game, so I would say check it out. It's called Reus, made by Abby Games. And as always, if you want more indie game news, if you want to see more Let's Tries or reviews of indie games, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you next time here on IGM. See you later, guys. Ciao!